I discovered that the Nigerian banking system was infested with the same corruption of the rentier system in this country. That a number of bank chief executives had taken their banks and fleeced those banks and literally taken away depositors' money to buy property all over the country, all over the world. And just like people do in ministries or in government agencies or whenever they have opportunities in all companies, the banks were themselves a site for rent seeking. The fundamental character of the Nigerian state is that for decades, since we found oil, it has existed not to serve the people, but as a site for rent extraction by a very small minority that controls political power. And it doesn't matter where this group comes from, whether it's North or South or Muslim or Christian or military or civilian, the state has always been a site for the extraction of rent, with the exception of a few years that we can think of where we've had development. And this is at the heart of the problems of the country. Now, when we discovered this, and I'll give you a few examples, and these are well known now, they've been published. You know, there was one chief executive officer that took away from her bank over 200 billion naira. Okay, that was over $1 billion. And where was this money taken to? Purchase of property. We recovered from one CEO 200 pieces of real estate in Dubai. Real estate in Johannesburg, real estate on the Potomac in Washington, apart from shares in over 100 companies. And all of that was purchased with depositors' funds. We went to the court in UK on the case of another CEO. We got a judgment against that CEO for 142 billion naira. Stolen from the bank, taken to buy shares and manipulate the shares of his own institution, and also transferred outside to purchase property. Now, the first CEO we were able to convict, we recovered these assets and got a 6-month sentence and sorted it out. The second CEO, we finished our case, established in Nigeria, that we had a civil case in the UK, had a criminal case in Nigeria, established the case. 2 weeks before the closing statements were made, the judge was miraculously promoted to the Federal Court of Appeal after 3 years of trial, at the very end of trial, because someone, a very popular religious leader with hundreds of thousands of supporters, carried him to political authorities, and the system that was supposed to protect depositors and handle criminals was used and manipulated to promote a judge so that he would not convict a thief. Now, this is an example and an instance of the kinds of things that happen in a country that stop a country from reaching its full potentials.
Welcome to the Moment of Truth. I just allow you to listen to Sanusi Lamido, former CBN, for 3 minutes. So I want to answer this man's questions in regard to Femi Emmanuel's video that I used yesterday. And he was saying I misquoted Femi Emmanuel. No, I did not. I know what I'm talking about. Femi Emmanuel is asking you to join politics. So the church that joined politics, what did they bring out of it? I'm going to be talking about it. Let me put Femi Emmanuel there, hear from him, then I'll be chipping him. Stay tuned.
Anywhere in the world, no church like Redeem, no church like Winners, no church like Mountain of Fire, no church like Chosen, no church like Christ Embassy, no church like Deeper Life in the world. Redeem alone has over 40,000 parishes. Winner alone has 30,000. There are only 10,000 wards in Nigeria where decisions of those who rule these countries are made. So it's not just deliver Nigeria, it should be God. Wake up your church. Talk to your general overseers. The church community is an imprisoned community. Our general overseers have imprisoned us. They must release us, mobilize us, encourage us to go to the grassroots. Politics is grassroots. You know, I have done politics before. I have campaigned, I've been voted for. I was a deputy speaker of a state. I know how it works. It's not just prayer. We have prayed, and God has answered the prayers. The answer is that He has given us people. Next to God's power is political power. And I want what I am saying to be carried live. Next to God's power is political power. And political power is people giving. And God has given us people. What else do you want Him to do for us? You want God to come from heaven and be casting votes? You want God to go to the world and become world chairman? No, the 7 expo in each world, they are the one that determine who is the president. We can't change Nigeria except we change the National Assembly. This evil law called constitution, this is jihadist constitution. This is oligarchy constitution. This is a constitution that put the whole of the country under one tribe. This constitution cannot allow to go. And it cannot change until you change the men at the National Assembly. The men at the National Assembly will not change until you select new people that will replace them. So the church must wake up. And not only church, patriotic Nigerians must wake up in the name of Jesus. And you don't win on social media. You don't win on Facebook. You go to the grassroots. Me and you must be attending world meeting. And we will put our good people there. It is the people at the world that are called delegates. It is delegates that select who will be the president, who will be the governor, who will be the senator. If you are not there, you are at the back of the fence. If you pray from now till next year, and you are not there, you say prayer in vain. Church must wake up. And that's what I'm telling the whole church, and I'm telling you now. I don't know why God sent me to politics when I went. But you see, God has to send Joseph to Pharaoh's house. Joseph has to be raised in the palace to understand the palace culture, and then God returned him to defeat Egypt. By the grace of God, we will take Nigeria back. This country must be restructured. We must go back to true federalism. Nigeria was a negotiated country. Nigeria is not one country. Nigeria is a country of many nations. How come one ethnic group dominates everybody? It will not happen. It will not happen again. This year, God will deliver this country. Nigeria is a fraud. Our constitution is a fraud. Very unfair, very unkind, no equity. The whole of us will be under one. And if it is an ethnic tribe that wants progress, it will be a different thing. Repressing us. Now, that evil called Nigeria system will change.
You heard him, oh. All of you that request that I should lend my voice, I should analyze his video. They want to see the whole video. He started by bragging of how Nigerian churches are the biggest, the numbers and everything. They should release us. Let's go into politics. Oshibajo was released into the politics now. He was number 2 citizen for 8 years. He came out with nothing. Let's not even talk about the small ones. They just went there to steal. When Oshibajo was there, every appointee was from RCCG, including the one he appointed for his wife as well. I have their list. So they were all RCCG members. So what has happened? The people you are fighting with, the people he was referring to, are the Northerners, the Fulanis, but they are powerful than them. Before you can overpower those ones, you have to have a God that is bigger than theirs. But Nigerian church has no God that is bigger than the God of their enemies, because they've lost Jesus. Jesus Christ is not in the church. Jesus Christ is not there. and they do not have the power and what it takes to fight the powers. They too, they are fighting for their pockets. All of them are selling their members. You will see what's it called? NHA shouting, screaming, raining curses on Wigwe, on not Wigwe, on Wike. And Wike belongs to Adeboye and Kumuyi. You see their lives? You see why they cannot win? Oshibajo was there, nothing happens. Jonathan was a Christian, nothing happens. Those people, they overpowered him. Because that shows you that there's no God in their lives. And even if they go there to steal. There's no difference. Even the people they call unbeliever, whatever they want to call them, they even have a little bit of decorum or holiness in them. So, all your pastors. So when I use it, the man say, no, everybody fighting for their own thieves. You backing up your own person. How are we going to change Nigeria? Are these people bigger than Nigeria? No, they are not. Until we face the reality and we face the problem that is confronting Nigeria, there will be no solution. Stop fighting for any pastors. You just heard this from Sanusi Lamido. How they back up the thieves, someone that is ruling, that is destroying Nigeria. All the bankers, they all have their roots from RCCG, including Akingbala, that everybody was crying. Akingbala was RCCG members. Adeoti, RCC members. A lot of them, including that woman that stole money. RCC members. And the power that be say no, they cannot touch her. All of them, they cannot, because your powers, your pastors, your baby pastors, they are managing the countries with the politicians, with the cabals that this one is referring to. So don't let anybody deceive you. I'm not stupid. I live in the UK, and all of you that is threatening you, before you threaten me, you better know that I'm a UK senior citizen. So you better know that. Let that sink in your brain. Because we will dig this thing, we will dig it deep. So I hope I've answered this man's question that said I should go and get a job, blah, 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 blah. I have one. I have a job. Before now, I was paying for people to do what I'm doing for me. I was paying thousands of pounds. Now I'm doing it myself. So, and I have to do it well. YouTube cannot pay me. The hours I'm using to produce 10 minutes videos, if I use that hour to source property for people, that will give me thousands of pounds. Thousands of pounds. But I devoted this time. This thing, what I'm doing to save my people. I will do my best. Because whoever that want to do it, they will not let you do it. And we could see what they are doing now. They are throwing tantrums. They are backing up their thieves. They love their slave masters. And they want to destroy, they want to kill someone that is trying to help them. So, I think I've answered your questions. You've heard Femi Emmanuel. You heard what he's saying. Nigeria is a scam. Blah, 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 blah. Go into politics. Christians should go into politics. All the Christians that have been there, they came out as a thief. They are all thieves. Thieves. So that is not the solution. Christians there. The solution. Adeboye is there. He's there. Part of them. Yedekpo is part of them. All your baby pastors, Oya Kilome, they are part of them. They have people in the civil servant that is stealing from them, that is financing their ministry. So, I think I've answered your question, so I know what I'm talking about. So, and I will see you on my next video. Bye for now, but you have to remember this. That righteousness exalts a nation. Sin is a reproach. Your pastors going to politics is for their own pockets. It's for 10%. Anyway, bye for now.